right, welcome friends. Well, here's what's going on. As you can see, we're on final here at into Madison. I don't want to land on runway 36, but it sounds like I'm going to have to. So why don't we go ahead and level out. They want us to fly a left downwind. Let's go ahead and level out at 3,000. And there's a lot going on here. I'll bring you up to speed here in a second. Left downwind, so let's go ahead and sync our heading bug. Turn right here. We're actually configured for landing, so I'm going to retract our flaps. My initial instructions have been that we were going to be landing on runway 18. That's now changed. So here's what's going on. We were supposed to land, or we were supposed to, my plan was to fly from Burlington, Vermont, to Denver, actually, if you can believe it, which is within the range of this aircraft. But life interceded, and that life took the form of an 80-knot headwind. So it became apparent to me that I was not going to be able to make it. So I thought, well, let's where can we land along the way? And the answer to that question became Madison, Wisconsin. So right now what I'm doing is I'm pulling up the ILS for runway 36. That frequency is 110.1. Right now we're level at 3,300 feet. So we'll go over to our Navcom and we'll enter 110.1, which actually I already have entered, and apparently that's the same frequency for the same frequency for runway 36 as it is for runway 18. We were planning on landing right there, but now we've been told to fly a left downwind for runway 36, presumably because the winds are different than what they were. So we're good, everything's fine. We'll turn left now to 185, which is the approach course for runway 18, and therefore obviously the opposite approach course for runway 36. We'll see. I already, as I said, have the ILS pre-programmed in. We'll see if as we pass the airport, if this changes. It's not needed tonight, as luck would have it. I'm not going to have any problems landing in Madison tonight. It's cold out, though, I will tell you that. So here we are. Here's the airport. We're going to land here. Now we're basically flying, as it says, the left downwind. That is, the airport's off to our left, and we're on downwind. And we'll turn around. Now, you see what just happened here. CDI switched. Recenter our CDI now. Well, there you go. 340 at 7. The winds are 340. That's why they want us to land at runway 3.
Runway 36, Tower Tree Whiskey Bravo.
At runway 36, and I'm actually glad that I did not. Well, I would have been impermissible for me to continue on with our landing at runway 18, although that was my initial instruction. That changed. The winds came from the north, or shifted from the north. It was a very long descent. This was a very complicated procedure. I've never deviated from a preset flight plan before. This is the first time. So that raises a host of interesting questions. I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the plates for this approach, runway 36, and I see various approaches, or various waypoints on this approach path. Zimit, Mona, Osmix, Fellow, Kukra. And I can see on the approach plate that at Kukra, we're supposed to, I'm sorry, it's a little hard to interpret. Osmix, it's like 2,500 feet at Kukra. So we've got some time to go. Not some time, not a lot of time, just maybe 90 seconds before we make that left turn. You can see here what we'll... No, it crashed! Oh, I thought it crashed the desktop. So there's the airport up here. So we'll make a left turn, big left U-turn. We're good to go right now, as far as I can tell. We'll make a left turn to heading 095. Not doing anything with our altitude right now. We are getting glide slope information. We're actually making our left turn at the perfect time. Left to 095. You can see the green diamond right here. It just, honestly, I couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. This is perfect. So we'll make our left turn here. We're monitoring our CDI. We don't want to be going directly parallel to the airport. I'm sorry, perpendicular to the airport. So we'll continue making that left turn. We will not turn directly north to 365 because then that leaves us at risk of turning either too steeply or not enough. You see this green line moving right now? Look. We'll switch to approach. Making that left turn now to intercept the localizer. We have overshot it slightly. There's the runway. Slow down here and good place now. We're looking good. Looking good. We have intercepted the glide slope already. You see the GS right there. Very good. Really, really, really smooth. Nice. Continue our descent is looking good. Flaps still one notch down. And we'll put our gear down now. There we are. You see the autopilot lining up. Thankfully, the PFD is working. Boy, that was a scare. I thought I pressed the V key and hung there for a second. I thought we were screwed. Well, anyway, the best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. No Denver for us tonight. The wind's aloft, my goodness. 80, 90 knots. Headwind. Just dead at us, too, by the way, friends. Dead at us. And we just, I mean, I couldn't believe how slow. We were literally doing 250 knots across the ground. 3 mile final. Can you imagine in this plane going from Vermont to Colorado at 250 knots across the ground? We just we would have run out of gas. Wouldn't have had come anywhere near having enough gas. Full flaps. Get our feet on the pedals. So anyway, we're going to Madison, Wisconsin instead. Because I'm all about safety. That's me. Safety's my middle name. Winds are coming at us, but not much to speak of. Looking really good right now. Cleared to land. Runway's dead ahead. Showing 1.7 nautical miles. You see right there. 1.6 nautical miles. 500 feet AGL. Cold night here in Madison. Looking really good. Going to disengage the autopilot. And flying. Airspeed's perfect, 85 knots. Keeping an eye on that green diamond on the PFD, which I can see clearly on my screen, but I know is hard to see and this is cast to the television or whatever, but that is critical information because I do not see Vazis or Poppies on this runway. Pop up a little higher. Gifley, gear, inertial separator, flaps, fuel, lights, and yaw damper, all addressed. Right on the glide slope right now. Perfect. Beeping is the middle marker indicator. Airspeed's perfect, 86. Runway 36 confirmed. Idle. Nice. That was sweet. Reverse thrusters. Now below 40. Disengage reverse thrusters. We'll make our right turn here. Well, this was cool. Sorry, my feet are dancing here. I'm doing toe brakes and right toe brake, left toe brake, right rudder, left rudder. Feet are moving all around. Okay, so we'll come to a stop here. And contact ground. Taxi to parking.
Madison ground, Dover, November 34 Whiskey Bravo, request taxi to parking.
Let's see where they send us here.
Air November 34 Whiskey
Bring our
Bravo,
flaps in.
taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Echo Cross runway 3 Charlie.
Doesn't look like our planned route change. We'll turn off our pulse light, switch to taxi lights. We've been cleared to cross this runway, but we still take a look.
Entered runway 0321.
Well, this flight was notable for the fact of it being the first time that I have deviated from a planned flight. You know, I filed an IFR flight plan from Burlington to Colorado. I will note that technically it was within range of this aircraft. That is, this aircraft has about a 1,740 mile range, and the airport that I was headed, the plan was to go to KBJC, Kilo Bravo Juliet Charlie. Rocky Mountain Regional or Rocky Mountain Municipal or something, I forget its name, was well within that 1,700 mile range. But then the reality of the headwinds set in, and I can't overstate what an impact that strong headwinds can have on fuel efficiency. I mean, we were crawling across the ground, 250 knots. So anyway, it became apparent to me that there was no way that we were going to make it to our destination without having to stop. So initially I entertained, well, why don't we stop to gas up? But we were just going so slow. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. My initial plan was to land in, I think it's Mason City, Iowa, or Omaha, Nebraska, to gas up. I don't even know that we could have made it there comfortably. So the sun was started to set, and I said, you know what? Let's get our asses on the ground at a good airport in a good city. Never been to Madison, but by all accounts, it's charming. And let's not mess around here because, again, I know it's silly, but I take this game seriously. So we deviated from our flight plan, canceled IFR eventually, and established communications with Madison. First approach, then the tower, and got. And you were there for it. I was planning on and I already had the ILS tuned in for an approach to runway 18, but ATC instructed me to fly the left downwind for runway 36. I obviously did as instructed, followed that ATC instruction, and you saw it. We flew a left downwind. Happily, the ILS frequency was the same. ILS is very cooperative tonight. No PFD freezes tonight, also good news. But it's quite something to plan to fly from Vermont to Colorado and end up in Wisconsin. But it's realistic. It is realistic. Now, you see, we still do have plenty of gas. 54 gallons in each tank. But not nearly enough to get to Colorado. That much I can tell you. So I figured, well, if I have to be stuck somewhere for the night, would I rather be stuck in Madison, Wisconsin, or in Omaha? And since we're now on the ground in Madison, Wisconsin, you can infer my conclusion. Nothing against Omaha. Mainly, I wanted to get on the ground while there was still a little light. The sun has since set, but that's where we were. Where's Gary? Oh, there he is. Oh, wow, nice. Let's turn off these so we don't blind that poor bastard. Let's pop down to the sea here. No? Come on. Come on, girl. And there we go. All right. For parking brake. Acknowledge. Kill the engines. Fuel tank selected off. Depressurize the airplane. Inertial separator off. Pitot heat off. Go ahead and kill our nav and strobe light. AP off. Fuel selector to manual. And I think we are good. I'm so happy I discovered this, by the way. Did I mention this the other day? Where's the button? This really helps. See, like this is what I was dealing with. I mean, good grief. You activate this, it really helps a lot. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I had been looking for that button, I'd be a millionaire. But now I have it, so that's good news. Chilly night out. 5 degrees Celsius? 5 Celsius. What's that got to be? About, 40 degrees? Something like that. Anyway, chilly out. It's, I think, let me see, 79 degrees in my backyard right now, so I don't know what 40 degrees feels like. But here we are, on the ground safe in Madison. Welcome to, still have our anti-icing. Met up with a lot of ice on the flight, especially as we were climbing out of Burlington. There was quite a lot of weather over the Great Lakes. But obviously we're good now, although it's still chilly. 5 degrees out, 40 degrees, something like that. But fun. I like this. This was fun because it was the first time I've ever deviated from a filed IFR flight plan. Not because I really wanted to. I actually didn't want to. But I needed to. And one needs to know how to handle a situation like that if it presents itself. And now we've done that. And the PFD was cooperative tonight. Yay! 2 times in a row today. Cooperative on our flight into Burlington and cooperative on our flight into Madison. I would note that the Burlington flight was an RNAV approach. The Madison flight was a ILS approach. Regardless, it worked. So we are on the ground now. Now I'm in Madison. Now what to do? Now I need to go find a place to stay. If I could zoom out on this, I would, but it's not working since the latest patch. If I could zoom in on that cool cockpit display, I would. You can kind of see it. Anyway, there we are. Madison. Let me go explore Madison. Find a hotel and find a good place for dinner. Looks like our local time is, what is Madison's, I think, Central Time. Yes, Central Time, I think. It is Central Time. 6:33 p.m. In Madison. And here we are. So, that's it for now. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to make it to Colorado. I don't know. Those headwinds, man, they're a game changer. All right, that's it for now. Signing off.